Rockeyez would like to welcome Jack Russell, one of the premier vocalists in rock today. Hey, Jack, what's up?
Not much, man. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that very much. How are you doing today?
Oh, very good, very good. I mean, just looking at the videos, I mean, it still gives me chills when I hear some of them songs. I popped the CD in. Well, back then it was a cassette or whatever. But, phenomenal voice. I love your voice.
Thank you. It's a gift I thank God for every day. I really do. It doesn't go unappreciated by myself. It's been I've lived a very charmed life. I've been blessed in many ways, and just the fact that I'm alive right now is probably the greatest blessing I've ever had. Next being my voice, and
Cool. When did you know you had a talent for vocals?
God, when I was in fifth grade, I started singing I was in military school, if you believe that or not. And I was singing in the Glee Club, which is, that is like a choir,
Right.
And I started my first band when I was 11, so it was, it's been an amazing experience. I've been singing my whole life, the first thing that really got me interested, first I wanted to be an archaeologist when I was a kid, right? I wanted to go dig up old dinosaur bones and whatnot. And then my parents got me the Beatles Help album for my birthday, my 6th birthday. And I was like, oh my God, this is what I'm going to be. I'm going to be a rock star. I want to be like Ringo Starr,
Right.
And I used to watch all the movies, and I was just so into it, man. And it was just such a great record for me, It was a pivotal point in my life, And I started getting into the Beach Boys, and it was odd because I remember sitting there in my little record player, watching the little rainbow thing in the Capitol logo go around, And one day I was looking at my turntable, and it was my record going round with the same Capitol logo, It was pretty cool,
Right. So basically, it was music you really wanted to go into.
Oh yeah, man! It became what I'm all about. I realized that all of a sudden in one quick moment that was what I was going to be. Now it wasn't anything I actually hoped for or wished for, or I don't know why I was blessed with the gift that I knew that's what I was going to do.
Right.
And no matter what I went through in my life, and I've been through a lot when I was younger. I always knew that I had that to count on, so I just kept doing what I was doing and just waiting for it to happen. I know it sounds odd, it sounds kind of bizarre, but I really always knew I was going to be a rock star. So from that point, and it's when it happened, it wasn't like, oh my God, I did it. I was like, what took you so long?
Wow. So it wasn't for the girls?
No, not at all. It was for the love of music. And I'm not saying that wasn't a bonus later on, when I was younger,
Right.
but we were at the Playboy Mansion the other night, and it was my wife and I and my manager, Valerie, we flew up for the Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp,
Right.
And you see these women, you go like, God, I remember being that young, it's just like the things you used to do, and just, it was just, I've lived a hell of a life, man. It's been a lot of fun, it really has, and it still continues to be so. More so now than it has been for quite a few years.
Right. What are some of the things that you missed when, say you were a teenager, things you missed, and you think back today, man, I had a good time doing this?
I got to tell you, that to me, the most memorable moments in this whole band was when we were coming up, when Mark and I started this band, and he was living at my parents' house, and would do like fake interviews on the phone, on a cassette player,
Right.
And we'd be laughing our butts off, and it was so fun, and we'd go everywhere together, Mark and I. We were inseparable. It was like frickin' frack, we were like glued to the hip, and, we'd go out with chicks together. We did every single thing we ever did together. We just hung out all the time, and it was great, and it was an adventure, and we knew that we were going to become, a successful rock band at one point. We just had that feeling, and sure enough, later on down the road, it did, and I got to tell you, I miss my friend. I really do. I miss my friend, and it's sad and tragic that all those things came down this way, but, life throws you curveballs, you just got to keep swinging,
Right. Is it true that you live on a boat?
Yeah, I'm sitting in the back of the boat right now, actually in the sun. Here, just watching the seagulls fly around, the seals swim in, the fish jumping out of the water. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Wow, that must be really interesting, Is it true that you're also going to be having a 30th anniversary party in the next few weeks?
You know what? I read that, and that didn't come from me.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? It just kind of happened. you know, I'm going to roll with it. And the only thing, it's not really, I wouldn't say it's a 30th anniversary of anything but me being a singer in Great White.
Wow.
I mean, you know, 30 years ago, we started this band, Great White, Mark and I, you know, and I've still been the singer, I mean, for Great White for 30 years, you know,
right.
Regardless of what's going on right now. You know, I mean, I've never been out of the band, even when I was being filled in for by Janie and for Terry. I mean, until I decided to make the move that I did,
right.
You know, and for all intents and purposes, it still is Great White, you know. When I'm playing, I mean, it's Great White. It sounds like Great White.
Right.
You know, I just call Jack Wolf's Great White right now to avoid confusion.
Right. Yeah, that question came from a friend of mine, Eric Ragno. You know, I just talked to him a little while. He's out in California with you, and you know.
Right on.
Yeah, he says, ask him that. I just want to know the answer, you know. So you know, I thank him for that question.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about the new band. How's everything going?
Well, you know, I've got some former guys that played with us before, and I were in Great White before. Matthew Johnson, who played with us when Mark Kendall quit. And Derek Pontier, who was with Great White for, you know, different times on and off. I think probably 6 years total.
Right.
You know, got him back. Kid named Robbie Lochner, who played with Rob Halford's Fight, and just, I mean, these guitar players between Matthew and him, I mean, they're both virtuosos. I mean, they're incredible. You know, one of them is more classically trained, and one of them is more blues trained. So the combination is really amazing. As far as playing the classic stuff, you know, we keep it just to what it was. We're doing every single thing on the record. Every single solo is exactly the same. You know, we want to go out there and do their own solos. I mean, it's just not the way you should do it, you know. So we play the songs as they're supposed to be played, you know. And we went back over all the records and went, oh, wow, man, we've been doing this wrong for years, you know.
Right.
We went back and changed some stuff, you know. So, and the Save All Your Love solo has been chopped for years, and we put the whole thing back together and started doing the full solo that's on the album, you know. So it's a gas, man. And Dario Satius, he's played with Firehouse with Stephen Pierce. He's on the bass, and this kid's phenomenal. I mean, he is just unbelievable, man. He does things with the bass. I can't even believe it. So, I mean, the band, for me, I've never heard these songs sound better. And I've constantly at meet and greets, I hear from people, you know, God, I've been coming to see you guys for 28 years, or 30 years, or 25 years, and they're saying, I've never heard this band sound so good. This is the best incarnation that it's ever been. And, you know, that makes you feel good, you know, because that's what I want to give to the people. I want to give them the best version of my band as possible.
Cool.
You know?
Cool. Is there any works on new material?
Oh, yeah, we're working on some stuff. You know, we haven't, there's nothing with my voice recorded on it yet. We have some demos that we for ourselves. We've never let anybody hear them yet. You know what I mean? There's no point without me singing on them.
Right.
But just for ourselves, we're working on some stuff. You know, like I said, my guitar player, Matthew's a great singer. He's been writing some stuff in Texas, and he's sending it out to me, and I'm saying, okay, I like that, don't like that. You know, let's change this, let's change that. And, you know, and then my guitarist and Robbie Lochner and myself, we're working on stuff out here, and, you know, we're all getting together, just writing. And, you know, when the time's right, once the name thing's settled and figured out, then we'll put a record out. I didn't want to be mature like some other people and put a record out without, you know, owning the name.
Right. Who came up with the logo?
The logo, that was actually an idea I had for the back of my boat.
Cool.
It was off an old T-shirt we had years ago. And I just changed it a bit, and then it broadened on it. So, yeah, that's where that came from. You know, it's funny because it was a shirt I had, you know, saved for some reason, you know,
right.
Years ago. And my wife just pulled it out of storage one day, and I go, what are you doing? I go, I've been saving those for when I get old. She goes, Jack, you are old. I go, you know what, you're right. What am I saving them for? When I'm like 90, I don't even know who I am, you know what I mean? Right. Great, what? Never heard of them, you know?
Right.
So I said, well, you might as well go ahead and wear them. And I thought, hey, that's cool for the back of the boat, you know?
Right.
That's what changed the name of the boat to Great White, of course, you know?
Cool. Who cares if you're 90? As long as you still have the voice and people want to hear you, that's a joy for fans. Yeah.
Thank you. You know, and it's been great. I mean, you know, my voice was really, really good, and the band sounds great, and people are showing up in droves and loving the show, and that's all that matters.
Cool.
Really, when it comes down to it, you know what I mean? It's just, you know, as long as everybody's having a good time, you know?
Cool. Now, you're going out on tour. You started your tour, I think you got Faster Pussycat or a couple bands on there with you?
Yeah, Faster Pussycat, Bullet Boys, Lillian Axe, I want to say there's somebody else, but
Pretty Boy Floyd.
Pretty Boy Floyd. Thank you. God. Okay, sorry guys. It's been a hell of a week, you know. Thank you for getting that one for me. I got in trouble with that, man.
I just knocked that out. It just popped
Jack
in my
Russell
head.
beat up on his own tour by the members of Pretty Boy Floyd. I can hear it already. You know. You should have mentioned this, asshole. You know.
Wow. So what can people expect from the show?
You know, just a bombastic rock and roll great white show. I mean, it's very entertaining. I mean, this band they have so much energy and such great moves. They're great players, and you know, great stage players, and you know, it's a great white show. I mean, it's like it used to be. You know, full of energy and full of life and fun and laughs and you know, we're doing a lot of extra stuff in the songs. I mean, we've blended this song into that song. Not necessarily a melody. I hate that. Not a melody, but you know what I'm talking about. Oh, I hate that. Oh, you know what I'm saying? A medley. I hate medleys, and that's even like a word.
Right.
It's not that so much. We just like put a little bit of Zeppelin into one song, and we put a little bit of Hendrix into another song, and just to make it fun and cool, you know, and I mean, and then my guitar player's got this song he sings, which is incredible, and my other guitarist has a solo, which is just mind-boggling. I mean, I've never seen anything like it in all my years. I mean, I never even knew those stuff possible on the guitar. It was kind of like when Eddie Van Halen first came out, everybody was like, just jaws were dropped, you know?
Right.
Well, this to me even surpasses that. I mean, at this point, it's like the next guitar hero, you know what I mean? It's just incredible. I mean, it's not... You know, I don't know. You have to see it. I can't even explain it. It's so cool.
Cool. Well, Jack, you know, it's a pleasure talking to you. You know, just talking to you, you know, you have that great vibe. You feel like a family member, almost like, you know.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Some of the interviews, like, you got a guy who's, like, nervous and stuff. It's like everything flowed really well, and I appreciate you talking to me. Would you like to say anything to your fans in ending?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I just want to say thank everybody for all their support and love, you know, especially over these dark times recently, you know. And I appreciate you guys being there for me, and you're still there for me, and God bless you all and yours. And you know, we'll see you at the shows, man. Just get ready to get your asses kicked.
Cool. I'll see you in New Jersey. You're playing the Starland Ballroom.
Sounds great, man. I'll make sure you come out.
I will be there.
Come out and say hello, you know.
Thanks a lot, Jack.
All right. Anything else I ever let you do anything for, let me know, okay?
No problem. Bye-bye.
All right, brother. Thanks.